Do you feel that in the air? The excitement is palpable. What the hell am I talking about? Yesterday, all day, all day, Comicsgate was trending on Twitter, exposing us. We were exposing ourselves to the normies of Twitter. They click on it. What the hell is a Comicsgate? They said. And why is this happening? Well, just of course, we're awesome. You and I know that, but I'm preaching to the choir. But it is all, of course, in connection to the great Rippaverse and what's happened there. And it was just such a massive monumental moment. It spilled out onto the Twitterverse. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Hold on a sec. There it is right there. There's one class saying you can't defeat the truth. Hashtag Comicsgate. Hashtag we will win. Yeah, all day it was trending. Actually, Rippaverse is still trending right now. And I do believe for a time, Eric July was trending as well. Thanks, moaners. Thanks, all you grumblers out there. It came about because, Eric was is still going, such a monumental success with the launch of his campaign. And the complainers want to come out, the naysayers, and say, "Oh, don't back Eric." We saw that yesterday. Don't back Eric. He's attached to Comicsgate. He approves of Comicsgate, and that obviously led to questions of what is Comicsgate, and then it starts trending. The system works. Who else? We also had Graham Nolan. He got on the bandwagon. We all did. Behind the scenes, this is what we did. We rallied together. We said, guys, Comicsgate is trending. Jump out there on Twitter. Spread the word. The great man himself, Graham Nolan, there he is, about to get his back broken by his own creation. Be careful who you create out there, comics book people. They might come back to get you. Out and proud Comicsgater, the legendary Graham Nolan. Comicsgate is crushing it. Yellow Flash jumped in as well. Hail Rippaverse, hail Comicsgate, let the salt flow. The whole video on the salt yesterday. I mean, the salt mining has been, the business is booming. If you're in the business of salt, I like that gif there from James Murphy with the Salt Bay. That umbrella guy, he pointed out, hey, look, Eric July is also trending. Why? Because Eric July made $1 million in one day on Rippaverse. Oh, and then you got to say, baby, wrecking the mainstream dinosaur that like pretending it isn't a relic. And he's got the link there to Isom. I still haven't found out if it's Isom or Isom. But it's forthcoming. We will discover it in due time. I tweeted as well. I tweeted because there's so many people. Oh, you can't see anything. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in there. There we go. There's so many people out there asking, what is Comicsgate? I'm getting close to a definition that I'm happy with, which is Comicsgate is where you come to make and enjoy comic books away from woke scolds. What do you think? I think it's pretty good. I used to say SJW. I know that might scare off some people. Woke scolds seems to me to be the new what is it? Nomenclature. It's trendy. It's trendy. Check this out as well. I'm not only here to celebrate the great success of Comicsgate in 2022. Trending. I think that was the first time we were ever trending on Twitter, at least for a whole day. Maybe we have been on there once or twice, but not for as long as we were yesterday. Telepathic Bunny here was pointing me towards a situation that is unfolding, a situation that's becoming more and more common, not something I want to see happen, but something that all of us may have to eventually deal with. He says Indiegogo is frozen. Compass Comics fund at the close of his campaign, just like they did to Rise Again. That's Von Klaus. He's already underfunded. Bigger names need to pay attention. They give him vague guidelines. We're losing this platform. Can you boost this? He's asking this of me. This could end CG. Nothing is going to, don't worry, Cooper, nothing is going to end CG. The only people who have the power to end CG are ourselves, and we won't let that happen. Broken Compass Comics hits back and says, to be clear, they said that images of violence in the comic broke guidelines. I removed the images. However, still no word back a day later. The real issue is that I paid out production costs on my credit card with the timeline. Hold on, you guys can't see this properly. With the timeline of funds releasing in mind. So now low on money. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Von Klaus. It happened at the end. It happened, a day. Was it a day after or a day before? I can't really remember, but that's what they do. I don't think they check campaigns until it comes time to pay out. And this is, and it's the same story again. It was very vague. He got an email. Von Klaus got an email saying there's a problem, an issue with one of your tiers. It turned out it was actually an image, I believe. An ultra violent image. Now, these are comic books, keep in mind. This is concerning. Ultra violence is what comic books is all about. Not all about, but we like a bit of ultra violence we like violent imagery in our fiction. This isn't real violence. And yeah, this I'm not gonna lie, this was concerning when it happened to Von. It's happened in other ways to other creators. And so you get this email, and I think it's written by a bot. I don't think it's written by anyone. I think these things get flagged by the trust and safety team, the new trust and safety team, and then you get a bot email, and you're just left with it. And you can respond back. You don't hear anything back. They got a list of tasks that they have to do. Meanwhile, you're sitting there freaking out because your funds are essentially frozen at that moment. And I'll tell you, I know personally of some funds that have been frozen for quite a while. From memory, a month. So this is serious business. This is not a good direction. This is the campaign. This is the campaign. This is Broken Compass Comics. This is the campaign Magnificent Bastards that we're talking about here. If you like the look of this, go and support him. He's only got 64 backers. Looks like he's still in demand, so you can still grab some stuff. The book looks very cool. He's new to CG, but he's here nonetheless. I'm not seeing, where are these? Let's hunt for violent images. And this kid's getting punched in the face. Look, maybe this is it. He's getting bullied. We can't show bullying. Do they think this encourages bullying? I don't know. I know nothing about this book. I'm going to guess that this is about showing how, a character comes about. This is storytelling. Are we not allowed to tell stories anymore, Indiegogo? That's the question that I have. Okay, the kids are fighting. Is it encouraging fighting amongst kids? There's a pig. He's got a dirty nose. What else have we got? No, I don't. Did you guys see anything that would foster violent thoughts in a young reader's mind? This isn't even for young people. Oh, this guy's getting shot. Oh, he's getting thrown off a building. Yeah, it's violent. It's no more violent than comic books. Is it? Because this guy has, this kid here has a gun. It looks like one of them assault weapons I've heard so much about. He's got an Uzi. It takes him back to the 90s. I don't know, guys. I don't see anything here that's too crazy. You got a dude riding what looks like to be a flying walrus. You've got a chimpanzee listening to a record player. I'm gonna just jump out on a limb here and say I reckon this enters the realm of fantasy, just between me and you. So yeah, if you like the look at this though, go support Broken Compass Comics. Here's the thing, guys. He will get his money, but he may have to make some alterations to his campaign page. This is how they get you. This is the situation that we find ourselves in 2022. CG Vacation, not for the same reason. CG Vacation isn't, you can't find it organically on Indiegogo. It's too sexy, says Indiegogo. So they're not going to push it with their use their normal the algorithm, make it trend and all that sort of stuff. Too sexy. There's no nudity on this page. There's a beautiful Ella from my book, The Lucent. You can go sign up to Painted Death right now. The link will be in the description. But look, this woman, you can't even see her. She's invisible. Anyway, it's a pinup book. Yes, it's sexy, but it's not about sex per se. It's just beautiful women. They said, no, we don't promote sex. We don't promote things of a sexual nature, even though we do sell ridiculous sex toys, or we do allow ridiculous sex toys to be crowdfunded on our platform. Go figure. I don't pretend to understand these people. Terror in the Trenches was the book we mentioned earlier. That's von Klaus's Too Violent. It's the exact same situation as Magnificent Bastards. Von had his money withheld, I think, at the end. That's what they do. It's at the end. So they wait until they've got you. Until they've got you. And I guess they sort of hold your money at ransom in a way and say you must conform to the trust and safety demands, which are vague. It's just like, don't promote violence, don't promote this and that. It's like, is this promoting violence or is it depicting comic book level? I mean, this is cartoon drawing. This is not realistic. In case there's any confusion here, this is a highly stylized violence. And it's not for kids. This is not for kids. So anyway, that's the situation. Now, there has been another larger campaign that's gone through this. To my knowledge, they didn't go public with it, but we're talking well north of six figures that had to go through this. And they umd over whether or not they were going to go public with it. It was resolved. And I think there's actually been a few other campaigns that have had to deal with it. What are we talking about here? Well, it's the crowdfunding trust alliance, maybe. Remember when this happened? Indiegogo teamed up with GoFundMe. GoFundMe, notoriously censorious, to form the Trust Alliance. And with the Trust Alliance came the now infamous Indiegogo Trust and Safety team. And they're the ones, to my understanding, that will, at the time of the closing of your campaign, and it comes time to send you the money that you need to pay your artists and produce the book and send it out, they're the ones who will now go through your campaign with a fine-tooth comb. That's the situation as it stands on Indiegogo. Now, it's not that you can't. Oh, there's also this has happened as well. So this is the new CEO, Becky Center. This is her here. I read through this article. It doesn't really say anything, but here she is discussing user trust, equity, crowdfunding, and the state of the space. It doesn't really get into it, but needless to say, Indiegogo is under new management, has been since late last year. So this is the situation that we find ourselves in. What does this mean? What does this mean for us? Essentially, it means if you are going to crowdfund on Indiegogo, you can have violence in your book and sex in your book. Obviously, they can't stop you from doing that. It seems that you need to be very careful about what you actually put on your campaign page. Now, that's going to be a problem for some books that I know of upcoming. I'm looking at Rob Arnold with Replicator 4, what looks to be a very violent book. He's going to sell it on that violence. Will he be able to actually show that violence on the campaign page? Maybe he won't be. That's a situation we find ourselves in. We're having to be very careful what we're putting up, essentially, onto Indiegogo at this point in time. Now, I spoke yesterday on the video about how it's important that we as crowdfunders and creators have options out there. It's becoming necessary. It's becoming essential. There's obviously Kickstarter's famous. They seem to be really while Indiegogo is kind of tightening their screws, Kickstarter seem to be opening up a little bit and allowing more and more people onto the site that they previously were gatekeeping. There's also Zoop, which I don't really know much about, but I do know it is they sort of have their own gate, and you have to go through a process to get on there. It's not a free for all. There's Shopify that Brian is doing with Eretz Saga. So he's you can build your own crowdfunding platform by yourself on your own site. There is money attached to that, but you get to save on fees that you don't have to pay to Indiegogo or Kickstarter or Zoop or whatever. And but there's also risks and challenges there. This is a new developing space. And speaking of, there's also a site that's being developed right now, which is like a comicsgate.com for this purpose, but it's very early days, so it's not really in play yet. But yeah, these are options at the moment. Now, obviously, this is an ongoing development. So far, no one has had their funds held indefinitely. Everyone has gotten paid out eventually. It's just another roadblock, in front of us that they put, trying to stop us from succeeding. We're going to have to jump over, sidestep, whatever we're going to do, but we're going to have to figure it out. So that's the state of play today. Guys, I hope you like this video. Please do give it a like. Consider subscribing. Consider becoming a member. That would be awesome. Other than that, that's it. I will see you later. All right. Bye.